me is Dennis de Vries, responsible for the blockchain solutions at KPMG. What is KPMG doing with blockchain?
Well, we see a huge increasing interest at our client base. I've been involved in blockchain since I was the first researcher of blockchain at ING Bank. I switched over to KPMG 1.5 years ago. And, we've seen a huge increase in interest, both in our partner community as well as in our client base. So what we're currently looking for is basically to assist our clients in helping to identify how blockchain will actually disrupt potentially their business models and how we can help them to actually adequately respond to that.
What clients are afraid that their business will be disrupted by the blockchain?
Well, it's...
Who are you talking with?
Who are we talking with? It started in the financial industry. That's obvious, right? I mean, the banks were the first to wake up, I think. There's a lot of interest from the securities angle as well now, but actually, government is a new interesting party there.
Really?
I mean, they've announced here today at the conference that they're investigating 16 different use cases within the Dutch government. That also makes very clear that blockchain has potential outside the financial services industry as well. We think healthcare is a very interesting sector as well. Yeah.
But are you already making money on blockchain? No.
But I think there's very few parties to be realistically truly making money here. I think to me it's more like a concept that's around where quite a lot of people are really enthusiastic about. But it's more like the phase how to make this from dream into reality. And what we keep hearing from the first proof of concept is that technically it kind of works, but what do you do after that stage, right? How do you really make this work in your business? How do you really let it solve a true business problem and either save cost or make more money because of that? And I think we've heard ING here today, ABN AMRO here today. I think most of the companies are still in that phase. They're struggling to actually make that last step.
So you're helping them with that?
We're trying to.
So how can you help?
Well, there's two elements to this story, I guess. First of all, there's the whole complicated technology stuff here, right? I think it's very, very inspiring to work together with some of the guys arriving from the Bitcoin scene, for example, with really new technical ideas who are really deep into this. But if you truly want to solve a solution at a specific company, you need the sector expertise of that sector. You need the understanding of the regulations in that sector. You need to properly understand the business model. And that's where I think we can come into play. Now,
yeah, it's much more than technology.
It is.
It's a social thing too. What do you think will happen to our society when blockchain is coming up to speed?
Well, I think that's long term, but I think it does present a very fascinating view of what could happen in the future. The final presentation here was about how companies have evolved from the 16 to 1800s and 1800 to 2000s. Right? We're now still in the age of the large companies. I think it's much more going to be about a collaborative society going forward, which is going to give more people a chance to actually participate in the economy at larger scale. How? Because everybody can be a value-creating unit on the internet, right? People have described what blockchain actually is as internet actually allows you to exchange information from person to person. But blockchain allows you to transfer value from person to person. Mm-hmm. Now look at how the world has already changed in 20 years' time because of the internet. And that's just exchange of information, right? This is the missing element that actually allows you to build businesses on the internet. Now, I think that's a fascinating concept.
You're announcing the end of big businesses, actually.
Well, it's very hard to see what's going to happen.
What will happen to the banks?
I've worked at ING for nearly 20 years. I've seen ING decrease from 130,000 employees to 52,000 employees. I think banks in general, it's technology, right? I mean, how many email providers do we have left on Earth? 5? 10?
Yeah.
What's a payment function in a bank different than an email? Do you know how many banks we have worldwide?
Oh, many banks.
11,000.
11,000.
Why do we have 11,000 banks?
Because it's old and slow technology, probably.
It is. So I think it's going to transfer it's going to consolidate in much fewer parties. It's going to be technology transfer, and we're going to see many fewer banks. I think that's reality.
So that's what you're telling your clients. Find another business.
It's an interesting story, right? Nobody has the truth here. One angle of the banking industry is that they're operating millions of transactions flawlessly, right? Which is what you and I generally experience on a day-to-day basis. Mm-hmm. The other element to the banking industry is that they operate on systems they've invented in the 70s and 80s and build all kind of stuff on top of that. And, that's becoming pretty messy after a few decades. And blockchain provides a technological platform to actually interconnect between those databases. And that's fascinating. That's absolutely fascinating.
And could a bank switch easily?
I don't think it's going to be easy at all. I don't think so. But, there's no magic silver bullet. There's no... If somebody would have really found the magical solution to make this work for payments, for example, it would have been here by now, right? I mean, Bitcoin is operating since 3 January 2009. We're 6 years into the game. On the other hand, there's so many parties involved in this right now. There's $1 billion of venture capital being thrown at this. Something's bound to happen.
Great. What do you think of the conference today?
I think it was a very interesting conference. It's the 3rd year now, and I think it's the best so far. Just, the first 2 were more about Bitcoin and the startups, and now, if you look at a list of attendees, we have representatives of the Dutch government, of the financial sector, of the Dutch corporates, etc. It's a pretty wide view of companies attending the conference now.
Something is happening.
I hope so, and it's great to be part of that. Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Graag gedaan.